We are live. Hello, everybody. Claude Diamond doing this spontaneously. Um, I mentor people from all over the world. I love teaching people how to give good phone, how to make as much money as they need on the phone, how to be comfortable. The greatest compliment I ever received when my daughter said to me, "Dad, you're just comfortable in your own skin." And it took me a long time to get to this real happy place. I run a very successful business. Got my Under Armour long underwear here. I just took a run outside, 10 miles a day, whether I need it or not. And to me, I have a great life, financially comfortable. I'm pretty happy guy because I know how to give good phone. I can get on the phone with people. I can talk to them. I always make offers. Have very nice conversations. You know those really crappy conversations that you have sometimes when you're in sales. And I know a lot of you are in real estate sales, insurance, marketing, car sales, anything. And to me, once you understand the art and science of persuasion and influence, you're free the rest of your life. Can you imagine just knowing that if you just get to a phone, you make a few phone calls? And when I say a few phone calls, I don't make hundreds of phone calls and things like that. I just speak to a few people every day. Well, I had a great group call today. Every Monday, we do a group call. We do a lot of role playing. I'm big on teaching my gut sales method and role playing with people. I think the best way to get comfortable on the phone, to be that confident, outgoing, effervescent person, is to be able to have a sales system, but you got to practice a lot. So we did today, every Monday, I do a group call with my students for 1 hour. And we had a ball today, and I recorded it, and I just want to share it with you. I don't usually do this, but you guys are special. And we've all had a tough year, right? Well, we don't have to talk about that. You want to make it even tougher. I live in Colorado here, where 200 homes, a couple of my friends lost their homes here. 200 homes burned down. You didn't think 2020 could get worse? It got worse for people here in Grand County, Colorado. But I developed a special mind map. I did some role plays. I'm going to play that recording for you right now. So we do that every Monday. Then on Wednesdays, we do 2 hours of role playing. One of my students conducts that, Victor Walker. He's great. I just believe the more you have to have a system of sales, you have to understand the art and the science. The art is the acting ability to show people that to make people comfortable with you, to draw them in. But you also have to understand the science, how to ask questions, how to put a picture in their mind. We call this a hypnotic sales ability that Guts teaches. So we do all that with a great mind map. Let me share this. By the way, I have a free mind map. If you guys want it, let me share the screen with you here. And I'll show you the screen. This is a mind map I developed, and I worked with my students today. Isn't it pretty? Whoops, I lost it. There we go. We're back again, I believe. I think we are. Yep, we are. And we use this mind map, and it goes all over all the different sections. And then I have subsections and notes like this, and what is hunger, and impatience is a virtue, and the emotions of sales, and my sales system, and all the different, accepting the consequence of your actions, Guts moves that we make, high self-esteem. This is the Guts sales method. It's unlike any other method out there. And if you guys, let me stop sharing here for a second. If you guys want this, go to my webpage, claudediamond.com. Just click on the free thing there. There's a little freebie button there, and I'll send it right to you, okay? I'm going to play that video now. It's going to be uninterrupted. Watch it, enjoy it. It's self-explanatory. You're just going to hear a lot of role playing. So if you want to make more money, if you want to have more fun with your business, okay, learn from this video, and I hope you enjoy it. I might come back on later. If not, remember, nobody deserves success more than you. Go to my webpage for the free mind map, and we're going to just start this video right now and enjoy it, okay? Take care. If I can find it. Yay, there it is. Okay.
Amazing.
I remember. Does MTV still exist? Like, does it still exist?
It's not.
It still exists, but they don't actually play music anymore.
Oh,
right. It's so different now than what it was. It was on fire in the 80s.
Oh gosh, it's good stuff. How's everybody doing? Good morning. It's Monday. I am recording, Sean. Don't yell at me. I've had a good morning this morning. Someone's saying, why did you have a good morning this morning, Claude? Because I went running. It was a whole, it's 40 degrees here in Winter Park, Colorado. And I actually did 6 miles, just like in the summer, in the morning. And I'll get in the other 4 later today. So that was good. And then other good news, passive income. I'm always talking about passive income. Here's one for $500. Here's one for $6,500. This is passive income. This is money that comes in from contracts every day. This is what you want. You want to be the bank in your business. You do a deal with somebody. You do an assignment. You sell a contract. You need option money from somebody. You want to do a consultation and they don't have the money. What do you say? What do you say to them? Sean, I need your advice. I need your consultation and you're worth $5,000. But man, I've only got about $1,500 right now.
Wow, thank you, Claude. I appreciate you reaching out and coming for my expertise. I usually charge a little bit more than that. If there was a way that we could make it financially viable for you, what would happen then?
Yeah, anything, man. I really need your help right now. And it's not that you're not worth it or anything. I just don't have. I have $1,500 left on my credit card, and I'm expecting a tax return just before Thanksgiving. Is there anything you can do for me? Because I really need your help with this deal.
Wow, Claude. You seem like a good guy, and I'd really like to help you. Let me ask you this.
Talk about my problem and the benefit if you help me. Talk about the financial benefit, the rewards, the expectation.
So if you got this problem and you're running out of time, you're running out of road, if I could do something to make that problem go away, would you be willing to? You wouldn't be willing to put that $1,500 down and pay me the rest in installments if you could, would you?
Yeah. Do I have to do that today?
Well, I mean, is the problem going to go away if you don't do anything today?
Oh, I thought we could
wait for you tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay. So you need it right. You need it right away. So you off the role play. You part of your negotiation and the reciprocity. Claude, I'm going to bend the rules. I'm going to finance it for you. Could you put that $1,500 down today and then the $500 a month beginning on the 31st of November? See, when you only got a moment sometimes to get to yes. And this is your
dangerous moment.
This is your dangerous magic moment. I want you to go for it, guys. Okay, one more time. Close me. $1,500 and $500 a month. I could do that. That'd be great. Can I? I'll send you a check like on Thursday or Friday. Okay, buddy.
Oh, Claude, man, my wife's gonna kill me. But you're a good guy, and I hate to see people like you suffer. What we did is if you could put the $1,500 down now and make a payment on the first of the month for the next 6 months, you wouldn't be willing to do that, would you?
Well, I'm upstairs and my credit card's downstairs and I have to run all the way down. I'll trip over the dog and everything like that. I mean,
you know what, Claude? I like you so much. I'm willing to be patient while you walk carefully down the stairs. If I'm willing to wait for you for the next 2 minutes to go get that card, would you go get it and put it down today, or should I just get off the phone?
No, I want to do this. Hold on. I'll go get the card. Boom. Give him a round of applause. He closed me. There's that magic moment in sales. Okay, not the other magic moment. This is the money magic moment, okay? Somebody's got Yolanda, I love that Cheshire Cat smile there. I know what you're thinking. It's only Monday. The thing about it, let's talk about the magic moment in business, though. You've got everything is groovy. We're all, that moment when you're on that little honeymoon with the prospect, just that moment. That is when you've got to use your reciprocity. You say, okay, Sean, tell you what, I like you. I'm going to make an exception. If you can put that $1,500 down now, and every 2 weeks, $500, we'll work on that problem. We'll solve that problem. We'll help you sell the home, buy a home, finance the contract. We'll get this going. Can you do that for me today, right now, Sean?
Yeah, I guess.
No, you guess or you know, Sean. I'm very busy, but I want to work with you. I'm breaking all the rules here. I'm mitigating. I usually don't do finance, but if you can you do that $1,500 now, down now, and we'll do a contract for $500 payments for the next 3 months. Whatever.
Wow, G. Claude, if you want to bend the rules for me, I guess I can't say anything, but yes, here's the card. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Or pencil. In this case, that's the way it sounds. Sometimes you just have a second. And what we do sometimes, are we scared to rock the boat? Oh, everything's groovy right now. I don't want to push them too hard. Why are we in business, Yolanda? Miss Judge? Why are we in business?
Make money today.
Amen. Can I have an amen, please?
Amen.
Amen. Hallelujah.
And so when you're negotiating with somebody, make sure you get the contract signed today. You get another appointment set up for today. You get the check, the credit card, the money transfer today. Okay, because that little moment, sometimes it disappears, doesn't it? Do you ever get off the phone with somebody? It's all great and everything. You're walking back to your car. Oh, I crushed it. Then you call them back on Thursday and Friday, and they're what's the expression you guys use? Ghosting?
Witness protection program.
Witness protection program. The FBI is hiding them somewhere, man. They've gone away. You've got to go for it. Sales is about going for it. That's the best part about sales. Well, good opener there. Good start. Thank you, Sean and Yolanda and everybody else. Claudia and I had a discussion. Claudia and I are going to have a blessed event tonight. We just talked about it. Where Claudia's making me for grilled cheese and bacon on grilled cheese with bacon on a bagel tonight for dinner. That is a blessed event in my household. That is a good event. We talk. Does anybody here worry about dinner at 9 o'clock in the morning?
I had bagel, cream cheese, and smoked salmon.
Oh God, stop it! You go to Weinstein Brothers there in San Diego, don't you?
DZ Akins.
Oh, DZ, you're that close to DZ Akins?
Yeah.
What is that? Avocado Boulevard or something, right by the college?
Alvarado Road.
Alvarado Road. I knew it was an A, right off Route 8 there. DZ Akins. Exit number?
I don't know the number, but it's Alvarado Road exit.
Alvarado Road. It's right by SDSU, right?
Yeah.
San Diego State University. You have to be a card member of the Communist Party to get into that school, don't you?
And good Jewish penicillin.
No politics.
Matzo ball soup. Matzo ball soup.
Yeah, Dave Skolnick, I want to do this deal with you, but I need to talk to my wife about this. This is our third phone call. I need to talk with my wife about this.
Oh, Claude, didn't you already say that you spoke with your wife and she was giving you the thumbs up on this?
Well, yeah, kind of, but this is a big commitment. I mean, this is I'm just nervous about this whole thing.
Well, Claude, we've talked about this now. This is our third call, and your problem hasn't gone away at all. And you even mentioned to me on the last call things are getting more tight. Starting to get the letters in the mail, and you really need to make something happen here. And I don't see any other solution that you've been working on. We've given you 2 or 3 different solutions to this problem, and it's just time to either pull the trigger or
get me emotionally involved. You're doing great, by the way. Pull me back in again. Get me emotional again. Okay, you're ready to fire me, but get me emotional and then pull the trigger and say, Claude, this is our third phone call. We're gonna make a decision today or we're done. Because I'm too busy for this and your problems still exist. Go ahead, step on my toes, kick me in the butt a little.
Well, Claude, with the letters coming in the mail and you're feeling the pressure, you don't want to lose the house. You want to keep the house over your kid's head. You You know, you worked really hard for this. You got a lot of money tied up in this property.
Make it
And,
emotional. What's it
it
like losing your house? What are your friends and neighbors? Is it going to be for your kids and marriage? Make it emotional. Make it, come on, you're making a movie now.
You don't want your kids to have to go to school and, you know, face people saying, "Oh my God, you lost your house." You're you know, talking bad about their dad, and you know, your wife getting really upset. You know, having a home is a really important thing, and you know, we can solve this problem really quickly. You're throwing me off when you do that.
It's okay. It's okay. Ask the question. Don't worry about my hand signals here.
You know, Claude, I'm really busy, and I've had solutions for you. We've talked about this now. This is, you know, we're going on an hour and a half of phone calls, 30 minutes apiece here. And I've got the contracts ready. I got the paperwork ready. All we got to do is sign the paperwork, and we can put this to bed. And, you know, you can go to sleep tonight and have peace of mind. And your wife can have peace of mind. Your kids can go to school. Ask the... I forgot how to do that.
Someone help them. Someone step in and close me. One question. Jose, hop in here. Close me.
So Claude, are you ready to make a decision today? Because if not, I'm going to have to move on.
I understand, and you've been great, Jose. And I know this is our third phone call. I'm just...
Well, Claude, you know, I'm trying to help you here, but it seems like you're not helping yourself. You got to make a decision. So let's see. If not now, when? Can you tell me when?
Well, can I talk to my wife one more time? And
No, you cannot talk to your wife anymore. I talked to her yesterday, and she said it would be fine.
How come you're talking to my wife more than me?
Oh, that's another subject, Claude.
Okay, bring it in. Nurture me now, Claude. You got tough.
Okay.
In transactional analysis, there's a thing called the parent ego state. The parent is either very critical. Claude, look, we've talked 3 times. You know what you have to do. It's time to man up here. This is a tough decision. I know it's not easy. And then go from the critical parent to the nurturing parent.
Okay.
So what I mean by nurturing, right?
Yeah. Okay, Claude.
Go ahead. I want you to play both roles and close me. Go for it.
Okay, Claude. Well, I think that you and I have talked enough on this subject, and I know that you have felt really hard and thought very carefully about it, and I can appreciate that. Okay, I really can. I've been in situations very similar before, and so I procrastinated it before, and then I always feel sorry for that. So I think that either you need to make a decision about it now. Confer with your wife, but you have to then move forward because you know the bills are coming in.
Oh, that's what I'll do. I'll tell you what, Jose, you're great, man. And I'm going to talk with my wife one more time. And I'm going to try my best. I might be able to get back to you later today. Okay?
What part of that don't you feel comfortable with, Claude?
You know, I'm just between a rock and a hard place. I got a lot of stress.
Claude, I'm starting to think that it's me, Claude. Is there something that you have?
No, you're great, man. You're great. You've been on the phone with me 3 times. Let me do this. My wife's going to come home from work about 4:30 this afternoon. You know,
what part are you not sure about, Claude?
Well, it just like you said, I just want to talk with her one more time. It's just such a big commitment. I'm scared. I mean, to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared.
Okay. Hey, I've been in the same position you have, Claude. I just think that if you trust me on this, we can work it out. I'm going to send you the paperwork this afternoon, and I want you to look over it. Can I call you at 4:30 this afternoon so that we can finalize this today?
Be tougher. No, off the role play. I'm going to send you the paperwork. I want it back on my desk and signed by 12:30 today, or we're done. This is the 3rd phone call. What's the rule about, who knows the rule about phone calls? When are we supposed to close people in the gut sales system? In the 1st phone call, maybe the 2nd, we fire them in the 3rd. Okay. Irvi, I saw your fingers up there. You did good fingers. Go. Okay. I don't think anyone's ever said that before. Good fingers, but you got it right.
Okay.
Absolutely. Close. Go ahead, guys. Step on my. This is the third phone call. You see what happens? Let me ask a general question here. What happens when we're too condescending, too nice? What happens when we're nice people on the third phone call?
They kick you in the face. Pretty much.
They step all over you.
They step all over you. Why do they do that? Why is it human nature by the third phone call? Oh, Jose is such a good guy. Philip's a good guy. Jeff's a good guy. You know what? Give me one more time. Why are they backpedaling so much?
Because they've done it before. Because they've done it before, and you let them get away with it.
Say that again. That was brilliant.
And that you let them get away with it, basically.
Yeah,
you let them get away with it.
You let them slide. I feel like you let them slide one time, and they think they ice skating.
Would your doctor let them slide if it was a health issue, life or death? Would your doctor let you slide without impressing on you the danger of your health? If you were a lawyer and you had a client who might go to jail unless they fix this problem today, but they'll go to jail if they don't fix this problem, and they'll say, "Oh, I'll think about it." Is it any different?
Right. So
a lot different.
If we're a professional, where do we have to place the urgency? On the prospect.
Right.
Okay, close me. Go ahead.
So Claude, can I count on you to give me a call this afternoon at 4:30 so we can complete the paper transaction?
Ask me off the role play and use reciprocity. Claude, you got to do me a favor, and you've got to do it today by 12:30. Otherwise, we're done. Boom. Get a little.
Okay.
Just like that.
Okay, Claude, if I send you the paperwork today, please get it to me back by 5:30 this afternoon so that we can finalize the paperwork on it. And I really would appreciate it. You've been good to me so far, and I think that we can continue to do business.
Try this line. Claude, a little bit of acting here. You're going for the Academy Award. Claude, could you do me a personal favor and then take a pregnant pause?
Claude, could you do me a favor? Wait,
let me respond. Hold on. Let me respond. Get a response. Wait for it. When you ask a question, sometimes wait for it.
Okay.
I'm being a real hypocrite here because sometimes I can't wait to jump back into the conversation. But one of the greatest strategies is to wait. When you ask a question, let it just hang in there, the pregnant pause, and get at that response when you're going for reciprocity. Claude, could you do me a personal favor and just wait for it? Go ahead.
Claude, could you do me a personal favor?
Well, I'll try, sure.
Okay. If you do this for me, call me at 5:30. I'm sure we can finish the paperwork, sign it, and you'll be happy with your decision. Are you ready for that, Claude?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm such a weenie today.
Well, thank you. I know you're a man of your word, and we're going to close this. Okay? Thank you.
What did he just do? What did he just do to me? You're a man of it. What happens when you say to someone, Claude, I know you're a man of your word? What's my response? No, I'm not.
Yeah, right. He put it all on your shoulders to admit to it.
Right.
How well did he put the emotional rule, the $1 million rule, just came into effect here, right?
Right.
Claude, I know you're a person of your word. Why do I feel that way? You're going to go ahead. Hervasio. No sound. You're not muted.
He gave you the confidence to make the decision. Sound like he was giving you the confidence to make the decision to go ahead and make it.
Was he also challenging my? Ooh, someone got it. Okay, sorry. Someone came on. He was also what about my ego state?
Kind of lifting you up because you're kind of saying I'm a weenie, and he's like, no, here's some confidence so you can make that decision. It sounded like that's what he was doing.
What would we call that when we put somebody's character, their ego state on the line? There's no maybes there. Are you a person? Hey, Edith Smith, you strike me as a woman who, when you give your word, I can cash that check at any bank in the world. Why do I feel that way about you, Miss Smith?
Because of our interactions. You know that I mean well, and you know that I'm sincere.
So when you and I say we're going to do have a meeting at 4:30, you're going to get that contract. You're going to wire me that money. You're going to give me your firstborn. I know I can. You're not going to give me your firstborn.
I can count on you.
I can count on that.
You can count on me. Yes.
There you go. There you go. How important is that move? Yolanda had your hand up. No. Bathroom call. Was that a 1 or a 2? I saw the hand go up here.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just scratching my forehead.
Oh, it's okay. You scratch your forehead in a Zoom call. It's very good with a character like me. Absolutely. Absolutely. These are great role play. Why do I love role play so much? How come most training programs, we've all been to other training programs and things and heard other speakers. We go to classes, real estate classes and conferences and all those things. How come they don't do what we're doing right now the last 15 minutes?
Well, it prepares you for a real scenario. You don't know what to expect. So it's important for you to practice under any conditions so that you can develop being able to react, think quickly on your feet.
Exactly. Sales is that $1 million skill, and you have to know the right words to say, the right questions, the right tempo, the right volume, the right enunciation, acting ability, and what's the science behind it. You know, I interrupt you guys a lot, and I only do that because I want you to know we're not doing this stuff to be cuter or anything. We're doing it because there's real science, psychology behind this stuff. There's real rationale. When we go to somebody and we're looking for scarcity or reciprocity or likability, trust, or conformity, social proof, or all these, or we go into transactional analysis. Are we the parent, the child, or the non-emotional adult? Or are we conditioning them like Pavlov? Who remembers Pavlov in school? What happened when he rang the bell?
He salivated.
The dog salivated. Can we condition the responses in a prospect? Can we get them used to saying yes?
Yes.
You know, absolutely. Mr. Pinnell, you're not looking for a solution to that problem today, are you, sir?
Well, actually, yes, I need to get rid of it.
On a 1, and I got that feeling about it. On a 1 through 10, 10 meaning it's urgent, or 1 you could care less. What kind of score would you give yourself, sir?
About a 7 or an 8.
Okay, what do you need from me to get to a 10 so we can solve this problem, so we can get you out of that house, so we can get this? What do you need from me to move up 3 more dots?
Well, I need to get full price out of my house.
Full price. Well, can I write this? You mind if I write this down while we're talking? I know we're on Zoom here.
Sure.
This is important.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. I love honest dialogue. This really helps me, sir. So what was that first thing you said again? You need full price. Why?
I need full price because I need a good down payment to go into another place.
Oh, okay.
So I need cash up front.
Okay.
And I need the full payment.
And you've been trying to sell this home for how long?
3 months.
3 months.
Yeah, they tell me the market's hot, but I'm a little chilly.
Well, if the market is so hot, we talked about in the Skype room just the other day about Keynesian economics, supply and demand.
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't your house selling? If the demand is so high, if the market is so hot, interest rates are low, there's a limited supply, how come your house hasn't sold yet? What's the problem?
I don't know. Maybe we owe too much, or maybe we are asking too much.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Do you think if you had a lower price, you could sell it quicker?
Yeah, probably a lot quicker.
Yeah. Listen, I'm ready. I have to go. Monday's my busiest day. There's 2 ways I do deals. I hope you don't mind if I speed things up a little. I either do price or terms. If you can drop your price 12%, you got a deal today, because I like your house, I like the neighborhood, and I can give you all cash and I can close by Thanksgiving. Okay, but I need a 12% bottom line discount on the property. If you want closer to your asking price, then we've got to talk about doing a rent to own, a lease purchase. And in that case, you're not going to get the money you need for your next house. So maybe, can we do business or should I leave you alone, sir? Sounds like it's over.
Yeah, we really need it, but then if we stay in longer, it's gonna end up costing us even more.
Which means?
Can we settle on 10% maybe?
No,
10%?
I gotta do 12. I appreciate you negotiating and asking, sir. If I was in your shoes, I'd do the exact same thing. But I need 12% because we have to factor in a return to our investors. We've got to do marketing costs. We probably have to put in new carpeting in your house. You mentioned that before. I can do 12%, but imagine for a moment, it's Thanksgiving, you're out of the house, the mortgage is off your record. You can go buy the new house, okay, because you got this mortgage off. That I can do. But if not, it's okay to say no to me, sir. You're just not allowed to think about it.
Wow, that would be a relief because that's what I was going to ask you is, can we be out of here by Thanksgiving?
Suppose I said yes. Could you do the 12% discount and we could do the paper today? What would you say to me if I made that offer right now?
If you can give,
here it comes.
Yes.
Here it comes.
I can give you the 12% if we can close and be out of here by Thanksgiving.
If I send you a contract, can you get it back to me before 12:30? And we're done, sir. I'll call up my attorney. You'll get escrow instructions, and we'll get this thing rolling. Can we do business?
Definitely.
You're a gentleman,
Yes.
sir. You're a gentleman, sir. You strike. If I get off this phone here, you're not going to have regrets, or your wife's going to be mad at you, are you, sir?
Not if we can be out by Thanksgiving.
That's the deal. I'll write it up now. You get it back to me at 12:30. Let's have another meeting at 4:30 on Zoom, and it's all done, sir. You're a gentleman. Good to do business with you.
Thank you.
Boom, you're welcome. Give him a round. That was a good role play. That's what it should sound like. Why?
Because you have to solve their problem for them.
You got him emotional. You painted the picture in his mind, and you closed him.
It's about the magic. Go for it. Sometimes are we scared of being too pushy, Chris? Yeah. A little too assertive?
Yes.
You painted a picture in his mind by just saying, imagine. When you said that statement of imagine, and you put those thoughts in his mind, you can see the wheels turning. Ooh. And all he needed was a light little push. And you pushed him in that direction. And
what is my super secret? What is one of the best words? Just one word. What is one of the best words you can do to utilize hypnotic selling? Guts 2.0.
Imagine.
Now say it emotional. Someone say it to me. Someone close me with the word imagine, but make it emotional. Imagine for a moment you're going to go to dinner tonight, you haven't eaten all day, and your wife's going to make you a grilled cheese and bacon sandwich on a toasted bagel. You're going to open up a good bottle of wine. You're going to hold hands and light a candle. Can you see yourself doing that, Mr. Cash Offer? Can you see that picture?
Hey, Claude, can you imagine once you finish selling the home, how the relief that you're going to feel? The relief that your wife is going to feel being able then to go to the new location with cash in your pocket. You're going to feel really good that you made a solid decision, Claude. I applaud you for that.
That was good. That was good. Make it even more emotional. Sometimes I want you to blend in sight, smell, taste, touch, sound. Somebody close me using the word imagine and pull in the 3 to 5 of the senses that we have. Make it so emotional. You're going to close me in a magic moment. Go ahead. Somebody else who hasn't spoken much today. I want somebody new here. Who's quiet?
Hey, Claude.
Yes, sir. Jimmy Jean.
How you doing? Hey, Claude. Could you imagine? Once this actually over with, you and your wife had that long conversation about the place that she actually wanted to go to on vacation, is Bahamas. You and the wife and the family, you guys began packing. you guys go ahead and set the plane tickets, and this is what she actually been talking about for some years now. Now you're able to accomplish it. Now you got some extra money. The kids can actually be excited. How would you feel about that, Claude?
Walking on the beach, holding hands, the sand between your toes, the nice warm ocean breeze.
Claude, walking on the beach, the sand between your toes, the wind is blowing. You guys are able to go snorkeling, look at dolphins and the beautiful creatures in the water. How would you feel about that?
Oh, give them a round. They brought in the dolphins. Give them a round for that. That was great. Felipe stole your thunder. You have dolphins in Miami.
Well, that's true story. I was with my daughter at the park on on Saturday, and there was 3 dolphins right there by the bay. It was beautiful.
How can you close people using dolphins? Jimmy Jean just did it.
Depends on the dolphins. If you use the Miami Dolphins, you probably ain't gonna get some business.
Just like the Broncos. You can't make them romantic right now. They're not having the best season. Listen, did the Broncos win yesterday? I don't even know. Does anybody follow? Did they win?
Nope.
No? Oh, what a season they're having. I got the general manager, the former general manager of the Broncos right behind me here all the time. You can always tell when they lose. He walks like this. Absolutely. Okay, a little all open forum here. We're doing some great role plays today. Give me in. We're learning to blend in the acting with the emotion and the senses on this. This is so important in the conversion, in the closing, in the first phone call or the second, or firing them and drawing a line in the sand by the third. But how many people here, I'm the worst about going back and forth and not pushing the envelope and being, oh, don't worry about it. I'll get you the paper. Call me when you can. No rush. We want to do this the right and everything. And then Bailey, was that a hand raised or were you signaling while driving? Me too. I'm so guilty of being a nice guy. What happens to nice guys and girls in business?
You finish last.
You don't get nothing.
Yeah.
They get stuck in the friend zone.
Children.
Yeah. Is it okay to be assertive? And can you be assertive without sounding like a pushy, manipulative, kind of grimy salesperson? Can you be manipulative in a positive sense and say, I'm doing this because it's in your best interest. Yes, I'm going to make a commission, but you have the problem. Let me hear somebody close me like this.
Hey, Claude.
Yes, sir, Jimmy.
I understand you mentioned that, you really need this money to move out, and, the bills are actually behind. Your wife is a little bit stressed, and at night you guys are not able to be on the same page. I say, Claude, right now at this moment, I'm looking at the way things going, and I'm doing this for your best interest, and I really feel like if we're able to move forward
but you
today,
that, Jimmy, you sales guys, you make a lot of money on a deal like this, don't you? I mean, really, how much you making off my back here, man?
Claude, to be honest, I'm actually here to make money, but it sounds like it's the money the issue, Claude.
Okay, hold on. Time out. I attacked you just now. So be transparent. Say, you know what? So what's wrong with me making money if I help you solve your problem? I got a family to take care of. I got bills just like you. I'm not ashamed of you know why I have a successful career? Because I help people solve problems. And if I make good money while I'm doing it, should I be ashamed of that?
Claude, so what if I'm making money? And, I actually have family to take care of. I'm actually a great salesman in this planet. And I don't think there's no one next to me. So, Claude, you mentioned that you actually have a problem. I'm here to solve this problem. Are we going to be able to move forward today or not?
I want to, and you're a good guy, and I'm just. Can I get back to you later today, maybe?
Claude, opportunities like this don't come around very often, and I feel like if we're not able to do a deal today, man, I don't know if it might be another chance. Are you sure this is what you want to do before I go?
Okay, off the role play. Give me those 3 to 6 needs and greeds. The reason I called you in the first place, the qualification. Put me in pain right now, and then kick me in the butt and tell me, look, if we're not going to work on this today, we're done. I'm too busy, man. Okay, use a little scares. Blend the authority with the scarcity with a nurturing critical parent. All the different little psychological gobbledygook I throw at you guys. Go ahead.
Claude, I understand, them late night tossing and turnings, and every second, every moment you're waking up, you're concerned about the bills, and you worry about the kids late night to see if it's going to be a roof over their head, and you don't even have enough money to keep up with the day-to-day life. Claude, before I go, are you sure this is what you want to do? Because opportunities like this don't come around very often, and I feel like
I'll be perfectly honest. I'll be perfectly honest with you. That $5,000 you want today, I don't have it. I've got maybe $2,700.
So Claude, it sounds like you wasn't being honest from the beginning.
Well, you don't oh man, now I really feel, hey, you don't know what it's like, man. I got bills.
Claude, I totally understand where you're coming from. I know what it's like. I've been in situations like that before. And, just to let you know, I overcame it, and I'm pretty sure you can actually overcome it too. So, Claude, I'm looking at the paperwork now, and we mentioned at 4:30 you'll be available, and I'm pretty sure I sent it over to you. Will you be able to get it back to me signed?
I'll sign anything, man. I want to do this, but I only have $2,700, like I said.
Annie, how are you?
What, 27. Well, Claude, suppose we're able to do payment plan. How would you feel about that?
That's great. Boom, closed me. Okay, you got it. That was the problem. Boy, you were tough on me. Did you hear what did he say earlier? You lied you called me a liar. What did he say? It sounded like he called me a liar.
He said that you weren't honest with him up front.
Can you say that to a prospect? I love that shit, by the way. Can you say that to a prospect? Are you allowed to do that?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes, you are.
What happens when you call them out? Look, you just told me one thing, then you just told me another. How about can we have a little truth here?
Like, how do you feel if I did that to you?
Boom. Oh, that's good. Yeah, turn it around on them. Absolutely. Good role plays. Let's do a little open for it. Anybody have a dying question or who has a deal or something they want to share with us or anything like that? Open forum time. This is your time right now. It's going fast today, isn't it?
Hey, Clark, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I have a duplex under contract, and I had asked in the Skype group. I was trying to figure out how I could come up with the value for this duplex.
Did you read my answer?
I did. Yes, I did.
What did I say?
You said you were referring to the supply and demand in the area.
That's it, baby. Right? I'm in a town right now. There's no supply. There was no supply. We had fires. 200 people lost their homes. Guess what happens when 200 upper middle class people lose their homes? Guess what they need?
Somewhere to stay, a roof over their head.
Yeah, right away. So what happened there was a diminishing supply anyway of homes. What do you think happened to the rental market like that?
Okay.
If you had a rental available and you knew every rental was gone and you knew the standard rental was $2,500 a month, but you had a nice home and you had 200 people looking for a home right now, would you keep the $2,500?
Probably bump it up to $3,500.
Exactly. So how do you determine the price? You check the comps. You check the multiple listing service, right? You can hire an appraiser. You could see, what do they call it? What's been sold in the last 3 to 6 months in your area. You can do an analysis about what's available on the marketplace. If you know in that zip code, there's only 15 other homes available. Can that help? Can you get a general idea of the value of the home, what it's worth, of the rent in the area? Can you make those judgments based on that kind of information?
Sure. And I would check the local MLS, and within, I think, half a mile, there was no, or even within a mile, there was not really any duplexes that had been sold recently. So that's why I asked if there's like any other way that people determine, depending on, I know that depending on also the rent that it brings in, you could kind of do the math, figure out a value.
You know what tells me a lot about a property is the phone ringing. Do I have signs up? Is it listed in the MLS? Do I have it posted on social media? Do I have a video of the home on YouTube? Have I put Twitter and LinkedIn and different places? Is the phone, do you ever get the phone ringing on a deal? You want to, that's what happens when the phone, and we call this marketability. What is the demand on this property?
I mean, that means if the phone is ringing, there's a demand on it.
You got a good home in a good neighborhood. It's near the college. It's near an employment. It's near the hospital. Okay, you got a home that's 3 blocks walking from a hospital. Okay, and there's nothing else available in the market. Should you be the cheapest guy in town?
No, you shouldn't.
Okay. Also, the time value too. So, do you have a good idea of what to charge for this home? Do you have a valuation on it?
Yeah, I came up with a number in my head. I came up with a number, and then I shot it out there, and I had somebody come back and offer me. I shot it out for 145. Somebody offered me 130 for it.
Okay. What's the rule about real estate? You can always go down, but you can't go back up, right?
Okay.
So when you're pricing a property at 145, in your head you should be saying, I cannot take less than 132.5 when you're marketing it. Okay. If you start out at your lowest price, what are they going to do to you?
It's going to bring
They're
you down.
gonna beat you down.
Anybody besides me made that mistake because you were real motivated and you started real low and then it went lower, right? When you're buying a car, a used car, do you accept the first price? Some people do. Felipe, sell me a used car. Felipe, I love this explode on rear impact Pinto. I've always wanted one of these.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with a Pinto. It's status, it's beautiful car, like it gives you 9 miles per gallon. It's a beautiful car. But Claude, let me ask you this. How much is it? Great question. It's $2,500, but let me ask you this. What do you currently drive?
Let me think. A Yugo.
Great car, and like you can't go wrong with it. I'm sure that the car is not giving you any kind of issues whatsoever.
Oh, it's horrible. It was in an accident. The paint came off and it said "Chicken of the Sea" underneath. It was made from old tuna cans in Yugoslavia, man. It's a horrible. But I really need a new 2,500. Is that your best price?
Claude, we have it actually. Originally was marked as 3,000. We're having a Thanksgiving special, and we're willing to let this beauty go for only 2,500. But let me ask you this. What do you do for a living?
I sell used bubble gum.
Great business to be at. There's a lot of need right now in the current market of. And don't you agree that when you pull up in your Yugo with the Chicken of the Sea coming out of the paint, your customers can question your ability to succeed?
Well, if you put it like that, is there anything you can do for me? Because $2,500. What are the payments?
It's a lot of money.
Yeah,
it's a lot of money, especially
what are
with the current economy.
That payment will be what $500, $350 a month or something like that. I just can't afford that.
You know what? And maybe you shouldn't buy this car. If you don't have if pulling up in that Yugo, it's not an issue and you're not losing customers for that, maybe you shouldn't buy it. But let me ask you this, because somebody's going to buy this car today. Let's suppose I said that we could finance this car. I'm not saying I can. I'm already hating myself for this. But what can you reasonably put down today, and how much can you afford per month?
I can put $500 down and do $250 a month.
Anything.
Close me in 30 seconds. We're running out of time.
You know what? It's Thanksgiving, the economy's tight. I've made a decision. You need to drive a better car. Let's just do it.
Ask me a question. Close me by asking me a question.
Suppose I was willing.
For a moment.
Imagine for a moment, we can get this done, and it's Thanksgiving. You're not having to drive that beat up old Hugo. And I can agree. Let's say I agree to the 500 and the 250 per month. You wouldn't want to move forward today on that car, or would you?
If I gave you 1,000 down, could I get the payment even lower?
Great question. Let's suppose I said yes. What happens next?
How much?
You give me 1,000 down, and whatever we agree that it's fair and reasonable, I'll say yes.
Could you bring it
But
down?
this car's gonna get sold.
Bring it down to 200 instead of 250.
Man, you're beating the shit out of me. You're a great negotiator, man. There's no wonder why you're ranked top 3 in the used bubblegum industry. You know what? I'll do 225. It's my last offer. Let's just do it. If not, no harm, no foul. We'll still be friends.
You got a deal there. Phew! I'm glad I don't sell cars. Yeah, give them around there. Give them around there. Hey, I want to show you guys my very colorful little mind map here. I'm going to share the screen now. And some of the things we actually spoke about this morning. This is, and I'll send this to you guys, by the way. It'll be in the email with the recording today. Using specific words. We talked about that. What's the number one? What's my favorite word?
Imagine.
Imagine. The other one we could do is suppose. Mr. Prospect, Jimmy Jean, let's pretend for a second. I could do that for you. Or could we meet in the middle? Let's pretend for a moment. That wouldn't change everything. You wouldn't be able to make that commitment now, would you? Boom. I have a suggestion for you. What if? Let me share a story with you. How important is storytelling when we're persuading people?
Very important.
Very important.
You're very important. Very important. Hey, Jason Richter. Jason, let me share a story. I had a friend, same situation like you. He was in a 1-bedroom apartment with the 10 chihuahuas. I couldn't let a session go away without chihuahuas. He had the 10 chihuahuas there. I can get, and he was just going crazy. His blood pressure went up. He got sick all the time. I don't want to see that happen to you. I want to get you into a nice house today. Maybe I shouldn't have told that story to you.
I think that. Yeah, no, I wouldn't want that. That sounds great to me. I wouldn't want to live in those conditions.
I don't blame you, sir. What would you like to see happen next? These are the words of persuasion, people. What would you like to see happen in the next 30 days, Mr. Bosans? Let me ask you, Mr. Skolnick, if you found a magic lamp on the beach and you could only make one wish, and you're not allowed to wish for more wishes, okay? I know that stuff. Okay, what would that wish be as it applies to real estate in your future?
That Barbara Eden would come out.
That's fun.
I think Barbara Eden is
like Claude Diamond.
I think Barbara Eden is about 82 years old now or something.
She'll come out a little bit slower.
Barbara Cyrus, if you knew to a substantial certainty the consequence of your actions today, that you'd sell your home, you'd get the money, you'd get the mortgage off your back, you'd get a contract and get $2,000 a month. If you knew to a substantial certainty we could do that today, how would you feel about that, sir?
I'll feel wonderful. I'll be able to get that off my back, and I'll be able to start using that money to help my family in a better way.
Which means what, sir?
Which means let's get the paperwork signed and let's get this done.
What? Let's
get it done. Yes.
Okay, good. So you got to use the right words here. This is my, what makes a great, this is one, I've been working on this. I think I've shown it to you guys before, but this is where I really try. I love mind maps. To me, I look at something like this, and I'm using MindNote, by the way. And I got this idea to do this because the other day, I was in the coffee shop after a long run, and my note is they have a wonderful application just for my iPhone. So I have it on my iPhone, my iPad, my laptop. Well, it's just the great, mind maps are the best way to take an idea or to organize yourself or to get better in marketing in your routine. It's just one of the best ways here. Let's hear, how about some guts moves here? Anybody like, I like guts moves. What are some of my favorite, Chris, go ahead. Go ahead, Chris. What's my favorite guts move that you're using? You're not allowed to think about it, Mr. Scott.
Yeah, that would be the one.
Mr. Scott, let me ask you.
One of my favorites that I'm using right now. Would you like, Mr. Diamond, would you like for me to tell you the truth, or you want me to lie to you, sir?
No, the truth, of course.
Absolutely, sir. You're a gentleman. And boom, and I'll just go into whatever their needs and greeds are and why they need to move forward.
Mr. Scott, can I speak to you as one man to another? Can we have an adult conversation? You came to me with a problem. You told me you wanted to learn real estate, that you're tired of selling, you're tired of your Chihuahua dog walking service every day. Aren't you? Let me ask you something, sir. And you said you wanted to think about it and get back to me, and we've had this conversation. Aren't you sick of a life of mediocrity? Don't you believe you deserve better?
I'm sick and tired of this, and I know that I can be somebody.
This is your moment, sir. You've got the winning lottery ticket. Do you want to put it in the shredder, or do you want to cash it in? It's okay to say no to me, but this is it, sir.
I want to cash that check. I want to cash it in.
Which means?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
There you go. These are guts moves.
Yes.
I got to remember the lottery ticket. That's one of my favorite lines. You want that lottery? I've done the shredder next. If you guys have seen me, I've actually.
Where's the? I've made a decision. I've made a decision.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I have made a decision. Let's use that in the role play. That is a pure guts move. Go ahead, Felipe. Close me with I have made a decision.
You know what, Claude? I've made a decision. We're gonna do business today. You know, those 10 Chihuahuas, your mom basement, and that life of mediocrity, it's gonna be over today. I have the winning lottery ticket. We're ready to go. Let's just move forward. Imagine for a moment, it's Christmas Eve and you hear the crackle of the fire, the smell, the fresh dinner. And then you have the kids playing, opening the gifts. You can hear the unwrapping of those gifts. How would you feel about that?
Wow, when you put it like that, I mean, you really think this is going to work?
I don't know. Maybe it should. Maybe it won't. But I've made a decision. We're going to do business together. Just say yes.
Okay. You sold me, man. I mean, you're right. Let's just do this.
That's an embedded command. Yeah, he says that's guts too.
What was the last thing you said? That was also a guts move. What did you say, that last part? What was it? It was great.
Just say yes.
Just say yes. That's Nancy Reagan's line.
The other way.
No, it's the other way. Just say no. That's right. Okay, that's the evil Nancy Reagan. That's right. Just say no to drugs. That's right. You gotta be. These are just some of the moves in this thing here. Let's do another one. Someone pick one. How about psychology? We got about 4 minutes left here. We have to have an understanding of the skills. This is a science that's necessary to convert people. Why? I ask myself one question every day. Why should someone buy from me today, make a commitment today? What are the psychological triggers that we talk about all the time?
That'll be my morning tea.
Reciprocity.
Reciprocity, yes.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Social proof, needs and greeds.
Right.
Scarcity.
Absolutely. Hi, Nehemiah. Good for you. All those. Authority, likability, trust, conformity. all that. Reciprocity and conformity and scarcity are my favorite 3 psychological triggers. How about pattern interrupts? We've talked a lot about those. What are some good pattern? What's your favorite pattern interrupt?
You have a problem.
What do you mean I have a problem? What? Who are you?
You don't still have that problem, do you, Mr. Don?
You talking about my home here?
Yeah. I understand that you tried to sell it a while back, and that's not still. You don't still have that, do you?
Yeah. Well, to tell you the truth, yeah, I do. I still.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Good pattern interrupt. Give me another pattern interrupt.
You know, you seem like a smart man, but let me ask you a question. Why would you do such a dumbass thing?
Oh, gee, wow, that's kind of rude.
But no, I apologize if that hurt you. I don't want to make you feel, bad, but it just seems that, this seems to be something that you really want. You have your needs, and your children are right now living in a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, and you have one on the way. So I'm curious, why aren't you buying this?
I'm still getting over the pattern interruptive. Why would you do such a dumbass thing? I don't know if I should put that down or not.
I don't know.
That was great.
I don't think that one would sell you much.
Well, you can always fix stuff, but I don't know, yeah. Sir, you strike me as a really smart young man. I don't understand. Why would a guy with your background, your self-esteem, your education, why would you do such a dumbass thing? I don't know if I can make that work.
You've already that's a page from that's a page from Guts.
I know. It's like you assaulting me. It's like you assaulting me or complimenting me. I don't know which one to take.
You guys read my book too well. You read it way too
well. You can always fix it later. You can always, it's like, sir, I might come off as very aggressive, borderline abusive, but you know what? I'm very passionate about what I do. And I see that you have a problem. You're a smart guy. You deserve better. So I apologize if I came up too aggressive on you, sir.
There you go. You fixed it.
Can we hit the reset button and we'll start again? I'm sorry if I offended you, but I'm very passionate about what I do. You want to know why people call me and people do business with me? Take a guess. You're a smart guy.
Because you get results, right?
Bingo. That's right, sir. Very smart. Very good of you. You get a cookie. So let's just go ahead and see how to
that's that's the Don Rickle close.
Yeah.
You get a cookie.
Oh my gosh. Let's go.
Hey, Claude, on the dumbass comment. Better off. Excuse me for a moment, but better off I say this than your wife.
Okay, we've got 60 seconds left. Somebody give me a hypnotic suggestion. A hypnotic suggestion means you use the 5 senses. You make it emotional. You tell a story. You paint a picture in my mind. 30 seconds. Someone tell me about what you're going to have for dinner tonight. Come on.
I don't know what I'm having for dinner tonight, but I'm still thinking about that bagel, that toasted bagel with cheese and bacon that you're going to have later on. That sounds really good to me.
So, okay, only if you're good. Make it, but talk about the cheese melting and it's a little and the bacon crisp, and you bite into it, and oh, it's as satisfying, and the crunch, and yeah, I am.
Just imagine for a moment. You and your family are sitting in a nice new home, and it's dinner time. It's actually 5 p.m. Supper's on the table. Your wife is making some fresh Italian meatballs, and you just got the
great meatballs.
Yo, yeah, the big meatballs, and now the pasta noodles are perfect. She done threw it on the wall, and now it's sticking, and it's ready for dinner. And your family's sitting around the table, candlelight, and they're looking at you like, "Thank you, Father. I appreciate you. You're such a great man for making this decision." How does that make you feel?
Makes me hungry as hell, man. I'm coming to your house for dinner.
Boom.
There we go. We go. Good session. Give yourselves a round of applause here. Nice session. Everybody be safe, be happy. Good role playing today. Okay? You make my dreams come true, Hall & Oates. Okay, we are back. How did you like that recording? That was basically a typical Monday. Every Monday we do a group Zoom call. We just practice and role play. On Wednesdays, there's a 1 to 2 hour actual role play session where everybody else roles plays. There was a lot to be. There was probably a lot to be taken from. Let me see your comments and things here. And go back. Sean said wise words. Thank you, Sean. Mr. Thinker said, curious how many of your conversations don't go as planned, since it seems like you're trying to push everyone the same direction and no one has time to think about it. Maybe I'm missing something here. Mr. Thinker, sometimes you don't have the luxury of time. I take the viewpoint of the salesperson, excuse me. I take the viewpoint of the salesperson who wants to make a sale today. We have a golden rule in the gut sales method. Why are we in business? To make money today. So I do push for information. I try to get it as emotional as possible. I try to close people. I push very hard, very assertively for the close. I think we are too subservient to the prospects, Mr. Thinker. We want to make money. I think we need to take the role of we call ourselves professionals, but do we really act like professionals? Okay. If you were a doctor, a lawyer, a dentist, an accountant, something like that, and you had a prospect, you had a customer who was in trouble, had pain, legal, physical, whatever, you would take an assertive role. Say, this is what you got to do to remove the pain. This is what you got to do to stay out of jail or trouble with the IRS. So part of the gut system is very, I don't apologize for it. It is very, very assertive. It is definitely assertive. By the way, if anyone, let me see here. I'm going to get the link. And if anyone does want to come on here and ask a question or participate, I'm only going to stay on a little while. I've just posted the StreamYard link here. So anybody can come in. But the conversations in sales, they don't always go as planned, do they? They don't go as planned. So I do try to control the conversation and steer them towards a direction of closing. Hope I answered that question for you. It's a great question. If you want to come on and go into greater depth, I'll be more than glad to answer any further questions. Good information, folks. Watch it twice. Thank you, Sean. We have a social experiment. I have a message for my secretary. What's this all about? I don't know, sir. You're gonna have to go in a little more detail there. I don't really understand your question. Or is that something I said earlier? We call those pattern interrupts sometimes. Pattern interrupt is basically when you go to a prospect, if you sound like every other salesperson, cold calling or not, and you sound like, hi, just reaching out. Hi, just getting back to you. Hi. I want to tell you about my new aluminum siding special. You're dead in the first 5 seconds. People will make a judgment about you very quickly. What you have to do is engage people with curiosity, emotion, familiarity. So, Mr. or Mrs. Prosecutor, could you help me, please? I've got your number on a Post-it here. What are you trying to sell me? You're not trying to sell me anything. Oh, you have a house for sale. Boom. You've got to use these pattern interrupts to get them off balance. These are the ways you engage with people. Social, I think, say you would like that. Okay, what else? I want to imagine a nice T-bone on your table. Yeah, there's a great similarity to food. Do you guys like YouTube? I love YouTube, and I love going to all Mark Wiens, Mike Chen, all these diners, drive-ins, and dives. I go to all the foodie channels, And they have millions of followers. Why? Because food is very emotional. Food is very sensual, actually. And food is very easy to, when you're seeing somebody, they grill a steak, and then they cut into the steak and the steam comes out, and you can smell the sizzle of the steak. It's still sizzling. And you cut off a little piece and you put it in your mouth. You see that person chewing it and enjoying it. And it could be, if you're a vegan, imagine pizza or something like that. All right. But the thing is, food is very sensual. Can we bring that sensuality, that curiosity to sales? Can we because the $1 Million Rule says that people make decisions immediately, emotionally. They didn't wake up and want your intellectual features and benefit presentation. That's boring. And then you get the I'll think about it and all that jazz all the time. So we've got to do something different in sales. I've run a very successful business, and I only do what I don't have employees. I don't have outside office. I just work from my homes in California and Colorado and a few other places. And I do one thing really, I think I do it pretty well because I had a good mentor. I had a great sales training mentor. He helped me in real estate when I was really not making any money. And he'd make more money in one phone call than I'd make in a whole week at a corporate job. He'd make more money than I'd make in a whole year at a corporate job. And he gave good phone. He was just so good on the phone. I think we've lost those skills. And there's very few of the educational people, I'm being very kind, I didn't call them slimy gurus. They talk about getting rich. You see, a lot of times the gurus on a lot of the YouTubes and pages, they talk about getting rich quick and how easy it is and everything. We know that's bullshit. Okay. But the thing is, if we could get on the phone with a good product or service or whatever business you're in, and we can engage enough people in good conversations. You know what I mean by a good conversation, don't you? When you're talking to someone, there's that fun exchange. You can't wait to ask a question or tell a story or participate. That fun, relaxed conversation. When you just meet another person who has that same ideology as you, if you can have that a couple times a day, man, you can't help but make a lot of money. Let's see. Do we have any more stuff here? Thanks for you giving share. You're welcome, Mr. Thinker. I'm glad you could join us today. Great job. I was playing. Okay. Thank you. Social experiment. Yes. Smash that like button. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Sean. Jeffrey is here. Jeffrey, if you were to imagine your ideal dessert, as you think about it, what is the best part? Jeffrey, when I think about dessert, I think about Ben & Jerry's. I love Ben & Jerry's ice cream. I like Cherry Garcia. The way the cherries are blended in there with the vanilla ice cream. And when you take that first taste in your mouth and the cream of the ice cream and then the cherries come in and it's so sweet and cool and refreshing. I really love that kind of ice cream for dessert. Boom. Now, you see, if you can blend in some of the senses, the taste, the feel of the ice cream, the flavor and everything. Everybody who's watching this right now, I think, unless you don't like ice cream, you're probably thinking about maybe I should go out and get a pint of Ben & Jerry's tonight. Okay. I should get a couple free pints for this promotion. The thing about it is, when you can make it sensual with the words you use, when you can blend the same way you do it with food, as I stated in my example before, if you can do that about your product, service, or real estate, you can get so many people saying, let's do this. I like you. I've made a decision. I trust you. This makes a lot of sense. Boom. And that's how you close people. Okay. One guy who gives good phone can run a phenomenal business. Okay. My wife does help me. She does the accounting and the bills and stuff like that. But we run a business which is very high profitability, very low in overhead. And it's because I do this one thing. I focus on it intensely. And I want to share this with you because I want you to do the same thing. Give good phone. Learn how to talk to people. And my gosh, your life will never be the same. You will have a life of abundance if you learn how to sell. But if you just think people are going to break down the door to come buy your new widget, it ain't going to happen, man. It's all about hustle and using the right words, the right psychology, and the right thespian skills, acting ability. Where does a person start with I'm reading these questions here. Where does a person start with learning your methods? Can you briefly explain your mentorship, like the call that just took place? My mentorship, anybody can go to my webpage and schedule a 15-minute session with me and ask me about my mentorship program. I have a 6-month program, I have a 1-year program, and I have a 3-year program. I also have a licensing program for other people who want a phenomenal home business. I love sales training. I love teaching people how to make a lot of money. And this is the missing link. So anybody can call me up about my program. My program is taught a little bit differently. I don't just give you a lot of busy work and throw you to my assistant. I personally mentor people. We practice, we role play every week. Mondays, Wednesdays, private calls, semi-private calls. We call them entourage. We have a private chat room. It's in Skype, so we can exchange questions and ideas and things like that. My goal in my mentoring program is in 30 days or less to teach you how to think, act, and sound like a millionaire. There is a skill set here. And this is coming from the biggest chicken shit in the world, okay? Me. I was a horrible salesperson, truth be told. Let me have a sip of beer here, okay, so I can tell you more truth. Beer loosens the works here. By the way, today's broadcast is brought to you by Michelob Ultra. Ultra Pure Gold, genuine organic light lager. It's like only 85 calories. It's nice, and it's not bad at all. Anyway, this is not a Beer with Claude broadcast. That's Fridays. But what I want to do, my mission in life is to teach you what I do. I'm in real estate. I have a consulting business. I have product. I have several businesses, and they're all based on giving good phone, talking to nice people like you folks out there right now, just talking to them, asking questions. What's your goal? What would you like to see happen? What is your biggest challenge? What is your problem? A lot of reverse psychology, a lot of, frankly, hypnotic sales skills. There is a way to use suggestion. Not a clock, not a watch in front of somebody's eyes and turn them into a chicken. But there is a way to impress upon somebody in their mind a picture, a painting of the things that they want to see happen, whether they're buying or selling or whatever. And you've got to use your words the right way. Sometimes you talk loud like I do. Sometimes you talk slowly. Sometimes you talk softly. Sometimes you just answer with one word or two, which means I'm not sure if I understand. And this is the science of persuasion. I have spent years. I have tons of books on psychology. I've studied Pavlov. I've studied Freud and Jung. I've studied Cialdini. I've studied, Dr. Eric Byrne. I'm certified in hypnotherapy, Dr. Milton Erickson. I wanted to find a way not to manipulate people, but to make sales fun and a lot more profitable. I hope that helped you a little bit there. Let's see. I think you will feel the same way about this. Okay. Do we talk about price up front? You don't talk about the old rule is the first to mention price always loses. But what you do, Quinny, is that let me ask you this. Truth serum now, sodium pentothal, okay, and 2 shots of Canadian Club. How many times have we given that $1 million presentation, that keynote presentation, that slideshow? How many times have we gone to all this time and trouble and research and driving our car and meeting people and gave that $1 million presentation? And what did they say? Gee, Quinny, Mr. Quinn, if I had the money, I'd do this in a second. You're a great guy. God bless you. And when I win the lottery, you're the first guy I'm going to call. How does that make you feel, Quinny? Well, should we talk about money in the beginning, the middle, or the end? You know the answer. In the beginning. Always talk about money in the beginning, but not necessarily your prices. Talk about qualifications. Sir, if you found Mr. Quinn, if you found a solution to your problem, do you have a budget set up ahead of time? Do you have the money to buy the home? Do you have the money to hire a realtor? You mind if we talk about money up front? Money's important. If you found that solution to what you're looking to do today, would you have the money to pay that consultant, that lawyer, that doctor, me to mentor you? So you qualify people up front. You learn how to ask questions. So, what's the point of spending more than I'm looking for my 3-minute timer. This is my famous little 3-minute timer. My students get this. If I can qualify you in the first 3 minutes that you have a need, that need is emotional, you are the decision maker, and you have the money to satisfy that need if you found the right solution, that's a person I'll spend time with, okay? We can't just talk to have you ever had that same redundant, you're giving that same tired old speech to people? You sound like a broken record. It's the same thing over and over again. And see, my mentor used to say, Claude, there's no bad prospects. There's only crummy salespeople. We have rights in the sales process. We have the right to know, do they have a need? Do they have the money to pay the need? Do they have the authority to make a decision and the character to keep it on a timely basis? This is gut selling. This is a whole different level up here. This is the stuff that can make you free the rest of your life. And when I say free, imagine you have more money than you need. You have no bills. I am in a beautiful house here in Colorado. It is mortgage free. Okay. And it just keeps going up in value. And my business, my sales skills are what paid for this. Let's go. Any more calls? I love phone calls. So much more value with your free video online. Yeah. Make phone calls, talk to people, social experiment. You studied NLP, I can tell. I have studied NLP, but what I really, it's a good point, Jeffrey. Thank you for bringing it up. What I really studied was Milton Erickson. Milton Erickson is the father of conversational hypnosis. Okay. Milton Erickson felt that talking to people, listening, asking the right questions, okay, sounding the right way, the right tonality, the right volume, the right passion. He said you could plant ideas in people's heads. We call them suggestions. And he said if you could even do something called embedded commands into people's minds, suggestions. And when you look, and that NLP is based a lot on that. Okay, he's the father of all this stuff. Not putting there's different levels of trances, and we don't have time today to talk about all that, but there's a way to play I'm very susceptible to suggestion. I am the easiest guy in the world to sell. It should say, I should get a tattoo that says schmuck on my forehead. Now, I am so easy to sell, but nobody knows how to sell me. Most people, when they try to sell me, I talk to salespeople too all the time. They give me the features and the benefits and all the gobbledygook, okay? All I want to know is, does it come in green? Can I have it on Tuesday? And will it fit my budget? That's all I want. And I'm closed. So easy. But most people don't sell that way. Hey, look at this car, sir. 0 to 60. Look at all this horsepower. Rich Corinthian. They don't want to know that. They want to know they want to know it to fulfill their needs. And so conversational hypnosis, which is Guts 2.0, by the way. The ability to suggest to people, to inspire, to positively manipulate people. That's the $1 million skill. Absolutely. Good questions here. I've been guilty of the dial and smile pitch. Listen, we've all been guilty of that. The trouble is we give the pitch, we work hard. The prospect says, send me information. I'll speak to my spouse. Call me in 2 weeks. I'll think about it. And you didn't make any money. That just gets old real fast. Because why are we in business? To make money today, to get commitment today, to get appointments today, to get a contract today. I want to make money today. I don't believe Gary Vaynerchuk. I talked about this with my group last week. Gary Vaynerchuk talks about impatience. Patience. I talk about impatience. Don't be so damn patient. Don't wait for things to happen. Be proactive. Make them work for you. Okay? Life is too short. You don't want a life of mediocrity. You deserve abundance. All you have to do is sell better than the other 99% because they don't know the stuff that we're talking about today. Thank you, Jeffrey. And listen, that was the end of the questions, and we've been on a while. I'm going to do a little work, and tonight is grilled cheese and bacon night. Yum. Do you ever bite into a grilled cheese and bacon sandwich on a bagel, and you bite into that toasted bagel and that good American cheese and that crispy bacon, and you bite into it and you wash it down with a nice glass of California wine? See? What are you thinking of right now? I know it's dinner time. You are getting close to where you are. You got to be getting hungry, right? Absolutely. What do we have? Another, you buy because you want, not because you need. Yes, we want to make people buy. We don't want them to feel. Did you ever get off the phone with somebody and and you bought something and then you say, well, maybe I should have checked prices. Maybe I did that too fast. And then what do? Remorse, right? And we call them up the next day. Did you ever have a prospect call you up and break your heart? You counted the money. You thought you were spending it already in your head, paying off bills, taking that trip or whatever. And then the prospect calls you up. Well, I'm going to hold off right now. You're a great guy. I did it a little too fast. Give me a call in a couple of weeks, months, or years, or never. You justify after the purchase why they need. Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, are you comfortable with this decision? I know this is only our first phone call, but you came to me with a problem. I feel like I want you to know that if you have any issues or questions, feel free to call me. I'm here to help you. I believe this product or service will satisfy your needs, satisfy your problem. Are you comfortable with this decision? Is it okay? You're not going to call me tomorrow and say you had to change your heart, right? Because I'm going to spend a lot of time writing up the paperwork, making sure you get a good delivery, and then I'm going to follow up with a phone call, make sure you're happy. So are you okay with this? Thank you. I know you're people of your word. Thank you very much. Boom. That's gut selling. I got to go, guys. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that recording. I'll see you Beer with Claude Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Give good phone. And if you have a question, schedule with me on my webpage, claudediamond.com. If you want that free mind map, just send me go also to my webpage, and I'll send you the mind map. And just remember one thing. Nobody deserves success more than you good people. You're working hard. You sell good products and services. You sell your time, knowledge, and energy. You deserve to be compensated. Don't ever mitigate that principle. Take care. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye, guys. See ya.